It's been known for a few months now that Zack Snyder will be releasing his fabled cut version of Justice League. One special new feature, this time Leto can actually be seen as the Joker in front of the camera. It is considered unlikely that he will be given a major role, but due to the new images, fans can at least catch a first glimpse. It is noticeable that the Joker, in contrast to his appearance in Suicide Squad, no longer has tattoos. Instead, he now wears a hospital gown and a surgical mask, which is a hint to Joker's escape, as Snyder confirmed to Vanity Fair. We took the time to colorize the black and white shots so that you can get a better impression beforehand. In addition, the 54-year-old director revealed that the Joker is going to wear bulletproof vests with police badges as trophies in other scenes. Without wanting to reveal too much, the new look could be related to the keyword nightmare. Fans of Batman vs Superman will know exactly what we mean by that. The 4-hour-long blockbuster will be released on March 18th on HBO Max in the United States. You can watch the brand new trailer on our website KinoCheck.com as of February 14th. Last week, Tom Holland spilled some news about his upcoming movies again. In a conversation with the Variety Award Circuit podcast, the 24-year-old talked about his latest adventure, Uncharted, where he will portray the young Nathan Drake. There was one statement that did come as a surprise, as Holland shared that the action sequences in the video game adaptation were the biggest he's ever been part of. He went on saying that it was absurd how many bruises, cuts, and punches he had sustained while filming. This in itself is of course very good news. After all fans are hoping for a successful and action-packed film adaptation. Still, the question is whether this is a classic case of Tom Holland's often very enthusiastic spirit, or whether Uncharted is really going to be more action-packed than Avengers Endgame. On the other hand, he could also have meant that the real action on set is simply greater because while Endgame naturally shows off CGI to its best advantage, there could simply be more real action scenes in Uncharted. Either way, it has definitely fueled speculation among fans, making the anticipation for the February 11th, 2022 release date all the greater. The young Brit also has some information on the upcoming Spider-Man 3, and it too comes as a surprise. For several weeks, the rumor has persisted that we will get to see 3 Spider-Man in the new movie: Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire. This could be made possible by a multiverse that could run like a common thread through Phase 4. In an interview with Esquire though, Holland makes it clear that he knows absolutely nothing about this and that Marvel hasn't given him any information about it yet. With this comment, he's heating up the speculations as well. After all, filming has already been going on for about 8 weeks. So there are 3 possibilities. Either he's bluffing pretty convincingly, or he's telling the truth and we won't see Maguire and Garfield in the third part. Or Marvel is withholding the information from him as long as they can so that he doesn't spill the beans again. It all seems fairly possible. However, in terms of all the rumors circulating so far, it's unlikely that Garfield and Maguire won't be in it. What do you think? Feel free to write it down in the comments. The release date of Spider-Man 3 is on December 17th, 2021. A few days ago, Disney announced to close down the once very successful Blue Sky Studios. Known for animated films like Ice Age, Horton Hears a Who, and Rio, the studio once brought its parent company billions in revenue. But now, things are to come to an end. As Deadline magazine reports, the ongoing pandemic has made it no longer profitable for Disney to keep the studio in business. Quite tragic, not only for nostalgics and fans of the Ice Age films, but above all for the nearly 450 employees who will be without a job as of April. For Disney, this is presumably not a bad decision since the parent company still has 2 animation studios at its disposal. However, it remains unclear how projects that have already been started will be dealt with, as for example an Ice Age series for Disney Plus, as well as the movie Nimona about a young shapeshifter had been planned. While the latter has been cancelled, the Ice Age series could still be tackled by a different studio. Nevertheless, Disney should not lack new content due to the closure of the studio, since Disney Plus can hardly keep up with the number of new projects at the moment. In the gaming world, the video game The Last of Us is definitely one of the best of its kind. The game developer Naughty Dog has created a true masterpiece, particularly with the first part, which is on par with many movies story-wise, if not better. The second part is heavily debated within the gaming community due to its storyline, but was nevertheless able to win more than 260 Game of the Year awards last year. Naturally, this makes the upcoming series about Joel and Ellie all the more subject to criticism and presents Chernobyl creator and showrunner Craig Mazin with a major challenge. As Deadline reports, the official casting of the 2 main characters has finally been announced. The grumpy Joel will be played by Pedro Pascal, while the young Ellie will be played by Bella Ramsey. The emotional story is strongly based on the plot of the video game and, to the delight of many fans, does not break new ground like the Uncharted film adaptation does. Sadly, it is not yet clear when we will be able to see Joel's and Ellie's adventures in the fungus-infested world of clickers and runners. Lucasfilm announced the firing of Gina Carano in a statement last Wednesday. It is said that they no longer plan to work with her in the future, as her social media posts denigrate other people based on their cultural or religious identity. This is in part due to tweets that polemically criticize the US government's action to contain the pandemic and in support of allegations of election fraud following the US presidential election last November. The peak, however, was undoubtedly an Instagram post in which she compared the rejection of questionable political positions to the persecution of Jews during World War II, which she deleted following a shitstorm. As a consequence, the hashtag #FireGinaCarano trended, which for Disney was then probably the final straw to break the camel's back. The whole thing is particularly unfortunate for her role as Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, who played no small part in the first 2 seasons and was also planned for season 3 and the spin-off Rangers of the New Republic. Whether her character will now be completely dropped or whether recasting would perhaps make more sense will probably be decided in the coming days. The 3rd season of The Mandalorian will be shot as of April 5th and is scheduled to appear on Disney Plus in early 2022 at the latest.